You know, technological advancements are being made every day to help us see more clearly, and it's really quite extraordinary. And now one such advancement is Evo ICL, and Dr. Matthew Sharpe from SharpeVision Modern LASIK and Lens is joining me now. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me, Amity.
All right, well, let's talk about this new incredible procedure, Evo ICL. What does it do?
Well, the Evo, really short for evolution, because we've all heard of LASIK and PRK and even the SMILE procedure in recent years. And each of those operates on the cornea, which is the clear dome overlying the colored part of our eye. But the big difference with the Evo ICL is that it's a tiny lens that goes inside your eye instead of on your eye, and it can correct very large degrees of nearsightedness and astigmatism, similar to a contact lens, but you never have to touch it or mess with it at all.
We're seeing a computer rendering of it right now, and you can see it's bending and moving, so this is like very flexible. You don't feel it, right?
Right, very thin, very flexible. You can't feel it. It stays in. It's intended to be permanently in your eye, but could be removed if for any reason you wanted to, and I've not done that.
Because everyone's happy with it.
It's 99.4% of people are very satisfied with it.
Now, how does it help? What is it helping?
Well, it's helping anyone with nearsightedness. So up from -3, which is a pretty low degree of nearsightedness, all the way up to -15, which are extremely thick glasses. And often people have sought out laser vision correction in the past and told they're not a candidate for it. So especially for those patients, I would encourage them to come back and see us and see whether this new technology allows them to get rid of their glasses and contact lenses.
Somebody out there is really excited right now because they're
so.
hearing this for the first time. You are actually so confident in this procedure that you did it on your son.
I did about 2 years ago, and I myself had very thick glasses. I had LASIK many years ago before the Evo ICL was available, and my son inherited those very nearsighted eyes, and so about 2 years ago I put the Evo ICL in his eyes. He's got better than 20/20 vision.
Really?
Absolutely loves it.
That is incredible. So what makes this, let's say, a better option than other eye procedures? Because I know there are many.
Yeah, the main ones operate on the cornea, so LASIK, PRK, and the SMILE procedure. Now, the big difference is that we're not touching the surface of your eye, so there's no dryness afterwards for a month or more. There's no flap like with LASIK. The recovery is very quick, so it's painless during the procedure and after the procedure, which you can't really say for LASIK and PRK. There's some discomfort with those. And so that makes it a much better. It's also very accurate in higher ranges with laser vision correction. Sometimes we have to do an adjustment. That's not the case with the Evo ICL.
Yeah, see, that's important. It's nice to know that, you know, there is something that is just going to help. I think a lot of people wait a long time. Do you find that often? People just don't know, and then they wait, and then you've changed their life?
They do, and I think this is a procedure for the younger, the better, as long as you're over 21, so it's approved for 21 to 45, and I always say enjoy it as long as you can, so don't wait till you're 30, 40, 50 years old. Do it in your 20s if you can, but if you are in your 30s or 40s or even older, we can help with the Evo ICL.
What do you think holds people back?
You know, probably a variety of things. It's not an inexpensive procedure, but it's a great investment in your health because it's something that can keep you out of glasses, contacts for all your activities for life. The other thing is concern about the procedure, and I think that the ability to remove the lens and go back to what you were doing is something that really appeals to our patients too.
Absolutely, and just not having to lose your glasses anymore.
Exactly.
It's nice. So walk us through an appointment when they come to your absolutely beautiful facility, by the way. Your new facility is phenomenal. Walk us through that procedure and what it's like.
Well, first of all, it is a free comprehensive exam for vision correction surgery. And then we do all the things we've done in the past, just making sure your eyes are healthy, making sure you understand the various technologies that we offer, and Evo is the one. It's generally our #1 recommendation at this point because of the advantages of it. And then talking through the procedure itself, what that'll be like, answering all your questions. I make my cell phone number available to all my patients so that if they have questions either after the consult or after the procedure, they can get a hold of me anytime.
That's very, very reassuring to know that you're there and to be able to ask those questions and to be present. And you do, where does it all happen? Where does the I guess, is it surgery?
Good question. Yeah, it is a surgical procedure, and it's done in our office in a sterile environment. It takes about 5 minutes. We dilate your pupil, so your vision's pretty foggy afterwards. That's another huge advantage, is that people with very thick glasses will, for the most part, come in and see 20/20 or better the next day. And it's a little foggy that first day, but very usable vision with no pain.
Yeah. Really quickly, we only have a couple seconds left, but why do people choose SharpeVision?
Well, I think it's because I'm very experienced doing this. So I'm perhaps the most experienced in this particular technology and LASIK. And so that I give them a very honest discussion of why they're a good candidate for this, what the pros and cons are, and make sure that that communication piece is fully executed, taken care of.
Thank you so much, Dr. Sharpe. It's
Thank
always
you,
a pleasure
Andy.
talking to you, learning about this. And for more information, as well as, like he said, a free consultation, go to SharpeVision.com. It's right there on your screen. Find out what you need.
This portion of New Day Northwest is sponsored by SharpeVision Modern LASIK and Lens.